We are checking in with CAIC today. We got Brian, and we're going to talk about things that need to be talked about, Avalanche, of course, and safety. So, what do you have to share with us today?
Yeah, we're in a very dynamic period right now. So, moderate danger that covers most of the state. Even there's even some places in the state where we're at lower, generally safe avalanche conditions. However, we are in store for quite a dramatic change as we move into the weekend, and I want to highlight that during today's kind of conversation. So the first thing I want to show you is some satellite imagery of what's going on here late in the week, and you can see that we've got this stream of moisture that is just developing. We've got a low pressure system spinning off the coast of British Columbia and another one just north of the Hawaiian Islands. As this low pressure system moves closer, it's going to tap into some fairly deep Pacific moisture. So you can see these two systems spinning right now. And then what this turns into is going to be an atmospheric river event. So here's what this atmospheric river event is going to look like as it starts to approach Colorado. Here's Colorado. You can see it's highlighted by my cursor. We've got this low pressure system up off the coast of Canada, and then the other one out near the Hawaiian Islands. As we move forward into Wednesday, you can see that the dark green and the blue areas start to penetrate inland and impact Colorado by late Friday into Saturday. So you can see this deep plume of Pacific moisture is going to impact Colorado and as an atmospheric river. So here is another way to look at this atmospheric river event. And in this case, we're looking at integrated vapor transport. And so you can see here, we've got a big plume of moisture start to impact the state as we get in towards Saturday. So here's those orange colors. They start to penetrate inland over the California coast, reach us by late Friday and into Saturday. Here's our snowfall amounts as we roll through into the weekend. You can see it's pretty dry. This is all Thursday afternoon. Now we're getting into Friday midday. Snowfall starts, but it really ramps up with high precipitation totals late Friday and into Saturday. And so what that means is increasing avalanche danger statewide. Like I said, we're going to have places in the Park Range, portions of the Western Elk Mountains that are likely to hit avalanche warnings over the weekend. But even places that don't see avalanche warnings, we're going to be looking at pretty dangerous avalanche conditions. And to complicate this, it's coming in really warm. So what this means is we're going to see rain at fairly high altitudes, greater than 9,000 feet. And because we've had such a snowy winter, we've got lots of snow that exists below 9,000 feet. So anytime you get rain on snow, this is a recipe for wet avalanche activity. So we really want to alert people to the potential for wet avalanche activity, particularly at lower elevation. And this includes even things like roof avalanches, where we've got, 2, 3, 4 feet of snow on the roofs, and we add rain to that, we can start seeing avalanches sliding off even homes. But what we're likely to see is an uptick in avalanche activity similar to what we saw in the last loading event. And I'm going to show you these because they're really good illustrations of the type of avalanches we're likely to see peak again this weekend with this incoming warm atmospheric river event. So you can see we've got avalanches that are gouging and running pretty full path. These are out near Ashcroft, which has seen a lot of avalanche activity just over the last week. And again, this type of avalanche activity is likely to spread throughout the state over the weekend. You can expect slabs to break loose as we load buried weak layers in the snowpack. And even on lower angle slopes that are down kind of below the tree line, you can expect avalanche activity to increase. So this is a really dynamic period. We're trending down in avalanche danger through the end of the work week and then spiking over the weekend. So please check your local avalanche forecast because the amount of snow and the rain snow line is going to vary throughout the state.
Wonderful. Now, real quickly before we hop off, Brian, what causes that atmospheric river event?
Yeah, so what atmospheric rivers are just like the name would suggest, they're just rivers of really deep moisture in the atmosphere. And so this is a stream of moisture that extending all the way back kind of towards the Hawaiian Islands. And we're getting those low pressure systems tapping into that deep stream of moisture and funneling it into Colorado on warm southwest flow. Unusual weather events produce unusual avalanches. So please make sure that you're developing trip plans this weekend appropriate for the conditions. And that's going to really mean reining in your terrain choices and making conservative terrain choices until we get into at least the early part of next week.
Right. Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for checking in, Brian. We so appreciate the report today.